Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Hope you have a wonderful day. In today's video, we're going to do a Q&A based on a question that was somewhat relevant to personal finance and our personal finance journey. If you guys like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe, comment. Without further ado, the question goes.
Question. Is a guy, partner and I found ourselves in a position to purchase a house in cash. House settles on certain day will leave us with about $60,000 in saving. What? So they're buying the whole house in cash and still got money left.
And you still have $60,000 in cash.
What? We will be relocating from New South Wales to Western Australia and selling our car in the process. So if you don't live in Australia, so they're living from one end and moving to the other end. Before I go and talk to a broker, we will be looking at buying 2 brand new cars once we get over there. Should we mortgage the house or just get a personal loan? What? I'm staying at home, dad and partner makes about $80,000 per year. What?
That's why I'm like, why do you need
and
brand new cars?
Yeah, you don't need brand new cars and you don't finance the car. Why?
Why do you need to finance your car? If you're going to the FIRE journey, pretty much having a debt, it's a negative thing towards your, your growth in a sense. So would you finance on a car?
No. I'd rather finance the house.
Yeah.
One, the interest rate is lower, and second, it appreciates in value. Your car doesn't appreciate, the car depreciate, even though we're going to buy a brand new car.
We're buying a brand new car in cash. We're not doing it in finance.
No.
We're in a position in that stage of our life. If you already got the house in cash, buying 2 new cars, depending what type of car it is, why would you need it to be in finance?
Yeah, why? I don't get it. Oh, well, I assume is maybe they have sold the house in New South Wales, because the house value in New South Wales, where we're living, is a lot higher.
Yep.
But depends on where in WA they're going. Maybe some remote places is quite.
Well, based on this,
cheap.
it's like you purchase house in cash. So you're really already in cash. Right? There's no financing involved.
No,
but
so
at the
that's
end,
what I mean. No, they sold the house in New South Wales.
Yeah.
Whatever cash, they buy the one in WA and they have leftover of $60,000. I'm just assuming. But it doesn't really matter. If I have to finance some, well, ideally, I wouldn't finance any. So buy the house in cash, buy 1 or 2, like $10,000 or $20,000 car. Let's say maximum
is 40,000, like
20,000
each.
No, I'll just use half.
It's 2
like
cars.
$15,000 each.
So it's probably in the same scenario with us, where you kind of do need 2 cars.
Yes.
So one of them, say, for errands or family.
The other is for work.
Correct.
Go to work.
So transfer. Going to work.
So I'll just buy 2 15,000 max, because now the car value, the second-hand car market is going crazy too. We couldn't we were checking the car, and then we couldn't find anything like $15,000 decent. Nothing. Everything is like 20,000. And
we also talked to a university student where they actually needed a car as well. And I was quite amazed that the second-hand market, due to the pandemic and due to the shortages and delay on car manufacturing, second-hand market is actually going through the roof as well.
Yes, and if some of the new car, you have to wait for a year. If you don't want to wait, buy a second-hand, but you have to pay more.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
However, based on that financial side, they've got roughly about $60,000 in cash. I wouldn't get a personal loan for the car.
No, no personal loan. If at the end you really need to get a loan, I'd rather loan of the house.
But if you do that, you're gonna borrow big amount of money.
You don't have to borrow a lot. You can pay 80% deposit, just borrow 20%, and then just pay off as quickly as you can, because the rate in the mortgage is a lot cheaper than car loan. Because car loan may be like 8 to 10%, mortgage 6%.
But you're putting a house as your security.
Well, then what would you like?
For me, it's like, you've got the cash. You've got the cash of $60,000. Have a budget. Have $20,000 to $30,000 car, and then that way you're debt free. And
yeah, that's my first option too. But then what if they really need a nice, good car? That's what they want because they pay off the house.
save it up, I say. Save it up. Because if you don't, because I don't know, I come from a scenario where I used to have a car loan. You never had a car loan.
Never.
So
That's why I don't like car loan. If the only loan I can have is the mortgage.
yeah. So for me, it's like coming from that area of having, I guess, a car loan, a personal loan, or some sort to purchase a car. You're paying a lot more on that car. So let's say if you're looking at $30,000 car, family vehicle, let's say, that $30,000 can go to possibly be $40,000. So you're paying extra $10,000 for a car that is going to depreciate in value. Meanwhile, when you sell it, by the time you finish that loan, let's say 5 years or 7 years or whatever term it is that you're going through, you not only you're paying it more, when you sell it, it's a lot less. So as a whole, there's like a massive gap. It's getting worse and worse.
Yeah. So don't get a loan for cars.
No.
But get a loan for appreciate value.
Yeah.
So get a loan for the house if you really have to. Maybe just get, I don't know, $50,000 from there. I don't know. I think
Even
the person is
that
asking $100,000, right?
Yeah. Like for us, it's like we've seen a lot of new parents, let's say, buying brand new car, and I'm thinking, why do you need to buy a brand new car?
I was reading something funny about cars. So the people were saying why people keep saying having young children are good to have like an SUV or higher car.
Yeah.
When they were a baby, 100%, because you're going to bend over, put yourself and the baby in the car. So it's not really doable when it's a small car, right?
Oh yeah, because of the pram at the back.
Yes.
If it's a little hatchback or so, like
yes.
yeah,
If a baby is better with a higher car because you have to put them in, or sometimes like me, I have to squeeze inside in the middle and comfort them.
Yeah.
If it's a small car, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And you need a bigger boot size. But once they are, I'll say 4-year-old plus, you can change it to a smaller car.
When they start schooling, I say.
When they start booster seat in Australia.
Yeah. So
Like
when
4
they
years old, they can kind of like buckle themselves.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to the back with them. They have their own seat. It's smaller. They can use the car, the
car
seat belt.
Yeah, the seat belt themselves.
And at that time, then you can have a smaller car.
Yeah.
But that's what we're talking about. Like everyone, all our friends, when they have new baby, they upgrade to a big SUV, and then a few years later, it's such a waste.
For us, it's like we're up to the stage where
I
they
prefer
go.
the smaller car.
Actually, come to think of it, I kind of do after driving it for about a week or two.
Yeah, because the kids just go walk in. They don't have to climb up and jump. You have to hold their hand.
Yeah.
When they depends on the kid's age.
Yeah. So, like from us, we're let's say year 1 and year 2 now.
Yeah.
And they're a certain height, and they can just have the booster seats. We don't really carry a lot of things anymore. We don't have the pram anymore. We don't have the diaper bags and the formula, and any of the toys that need to be bringing in. So we don't need a lot of those things. So we're minimizing it.
Yeah. So a smaller car is more durable. I think what depends on the person's. He said he's stay-at-home dad. How many kids do you have? How old are they?
Yeah.
And do you really need a big car? Or because normally big car is more expensive and the fuel consumption is more expensive too.
Yeah, and then the running costs, the administration costs also, like your registration, your wear and tear, changing tires, for example, on a small car. From my experience, like it could be say $150 per tire versus $200 to $250 per tire. So if you need to change the whole entire in one hit, that could be costly as well.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, just for us, I like as a family when we're all falling together. Yes, an SUV is a lot more comfortable, but depends on, because we live in the city, a small car is also durable for us.
Yeah, I mean the worst case scenario, if we need a bigger car for, let's say, if we have friends or relatives overseas coming in, we'll rent the bigger car.
Yes.
So
or even a 7-seater, a 9-seater. But like us, ideally, I see a lot of family, they have one big car, is like a whole family going out or take kids around. And then the small car is for the other person going to work related, like going from point A to point B, going to work. That's it. I think like our car, what, 25 or 30,000 together.
Combined.
Yeah.
If we're lucky, if we
Yeah.
can't.
So we don't need much for that. I'll say, or maybe unless they really want the $60,000 as emergency fund in the saving.
Yeah.
But it's quite a lot, $60,000.
Yeah.
The wife making $80,000, and I think
60.
40,000 is enough. Depends on how much they spend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll maybe get one car first and then save up for the other car. You don't have to
Especially
get
like, especially for the errand, the running around errand one, or probably the other way around. If you're running like dropping off the kids and then you go grocery shopping and all that jazz, you probably need the bigger car. Let's say, depending where you are again with your children's age. You know, at one stage I was using the small car. You using the bigger car.
Yeah, because I got the pram and 2 babies.
Yeah. So, and then now because our kids can self-sufficient, let's say, dropping off and pick up from school, it's much easier on a smaller car because the parking is simpler. Finding parking at a peak hour, like okay, and maneuvering as well. You can just going in and out pretty quickly. And now it's the other way around. I'm like, after driving the big car for a long time and then driving the small car for a short time, I actually want to go back to small car. And then, and yeah, like maybe even if I guess the working parents can catch public transport and just have one car. And maybe the other thing would be, okay, then if the kids will be like, I guess in the same age as we are, you use the smaller car and then you go to work.
Yeah, correct.
So, like sometimes we look at our big car loans like it's not really
efficient.
viable.
Huh?
Yeah,
not
it's not
viable,
really
or
viable. Like I'm looking at it, there's no point of having it.
Not really.
Beforehand, it's like okay, we gotta buy a lot of this stuff, this, that.
I think it works well when we go camping or when we travel. You put a lot of stuff in there. But if like a day trip, just here and there, not necessary. But I don't know. Everyone's circumstances is different.
For us,
when you're driving on the road, because it feels safer though.
Yeah, more comfort and whatnot.
Yeah, you sit higher and you can see a lot more.
But how often do you go out? Like if you're working full time, so how often do you do a lot of big trips? Let's say.
None.
I mean, for us alone, like some days during like summer, you drop off the kids on a bicycle instead.
Yeah.
So try to minimize that cost. So that might be an option if you are dropping off the kids within walking distance. Or
electric bike is a lot better.
Yeah.
No insurance, no retro. You just pay maintenance.
Yeah, even that alone is like, if you're lucky, it's only like a couple of $100.
Yes.
Every 2 years.
Every year. Every year they recommend.
Yeah, every year that for a service versus the running cost of a car can get really financially hefty in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just our 2 cents, guys, on how we go about if I were in that scenario. I wouldn't go too further more in debt. That's a definite.
Anyway.
If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe, comment.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.